What's up, dude? What's up, dudes? Is everything good? Am I good? I don't know. I hope so. How y'all doing? Sometimes this all works out. And then sometimes it's just gets a little chaotic. Okay, cool. All right, so we actually got a bit of a project today. This was a last-minute walk-in. Dude, it's been slow this week, so that's why there's been the infrequency of streams. And Lord, I hope everything is going okay with this. So today we have a Chrysler 300. We are doing I have to finish up on a removal, just a little bit of glue left, but this is kind of like a weird one. He came in, the back two doors were tinted, and then also the driver's door. It's just one of those like odd things. He had the driver's side window replaced, but the driver's front passenger door, that needed to be removed. But what's also weird is the tint on the back window, the back door, is factory tinted. I've never seen a sedan factory tinted window in my life. So that one's a little different. Hey! I Hate Arena with a 5. Thank you so much. Started off with a super chat. Dude, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. There it is. Popped up on stream. I hope there's no stutteriness. Maybe. I swear there's always something. Maybe I can close a window or two and fix this. There's just definitely a lot going on right now. So we don't need that. And then, I don't know, we'll see. So we gotta pretty much just go ahead and get started. Like I said, we're doing 5 on everything except for 35 on the windshield. But that weird door, that back passenger rear door is factory tinted. So I guess we're gonna do 20 over it. It had a lot of dirt on it. This whole car's pretty dirty. So that's why I put the Charger on it. It's just one of those cars that you can't be too safe on. So keep a Charger on it. We're gonna have it on for a little while. There's no rear quarters on this one, so this is the older model 300. A little bit different, but nothing too crazy from the newer models. So we're going to put on the GoPro and then get started. Everything should be okay, I hope. Famous last words. So let's pop this on. I saw a lot of emojis and raising hands in chat for the music. Gives me something to like at least like kind of get going, get some people in here, and then we just kind of jump into things. It's such a, there's always like 50 little things that I forget. So switch. There we go. All right, so here we are. I had to pull tint, so it looks like there's still some tint here. I had to pull tint off at this window. This window I assumed was aftermarket tinted because the other side was aftermarket tinted. But this, with all this dirt, this is actually factory tinted. I've never seen a factory tinted rear door ever on a sedan. Hey! Super chat. Who was that? Switch back. This guy. Hope everything is well. Thanks for all the streams. It helps a lot. Hashtag coffee gang. Thank you so much for the 5. I really appreciate it. Thanks, man. It's good to get this going with super chats. I really appreciate it. 2018 Tahoe, 2 front windows and a windshield strip. 18 Tahoes are really straightforward. Nothing on a Tahoe is really going to be a curveball. They're all pretty straightforward. Watch videos on front doors. They'll be very similar to that. Well, there might even be a video on an 18 Tahoe, but nothing out of the ordinary for sure. We gotta make sure this is down. Just don't want it blaring. When I started this up before, it was like stupid loud. So that all works. Good. There's like definitely a little bit that still needs to be prepped on it. Just very dirty. So we need, where's my 5? Where's my 5? Tint Pro with a 5. Hey man, I did one yesterday. The sweeps come out super easy for a clean job. Oh, well there you go. Dude, thanks for super chatting that. Thank you so much for the 5. I appreciate that. Well, there you go. There's your answer. I want to say I've done one too. I had to have done one. I just don't remember offhand. But that definitely falls in the category of very straightforward. So we're gonna do a 36-inch roll on the front doors. We're gonna do a 20-inch roll. We're gonna do a 20-inch roll, or a shorter roll on this one. We got to do 20 over that one because, yeah, like I said, factory tinted and 20%, which is just bizarre. Never see that on sedans. Always see it on SUVs. Never see it on sedans. I have little bubbles. I have little bubbles in my windows. Is that normal? It depends on the bubbles. So you'll have like moisture pockets and stuff, but they shouldn't be bright white. If you have little bright white spots, that's either dirt specks / air pockets. Those don't go away. They're completely clear. Well, yeah, then it's fresh. It'll dry out. That's normal. The scary word is always bubbles. And like, some tinters, they'll even say, they're like, just give it a few days to dry out. It's got some bubbles in it. It's not, it's more like air pockets. Or not air pockets, sorry, water pockets. The key is if they're bright white. If they're bright white, they don't go away. If they're just like blend into the tint a lot more, and they look like you can see them on the inside a little bit more, a little distortion, that is what to watch out for. Yeah, the worst too is like when you tint a car in warmer weather, and then somebody comes to pick it up, like at this odd time, like where it's half dried and like half not, and all the water kind of like condenses together and really looks distorted. That'll freak some people out. I had that freak sales guys out. Like we had the sales pitch for a lot of them. They're just like, yeah, you'll have moisture in between the film and the glass. Give it about 3 days before you roll it down, blah, 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 blah. They would say that all the time. But they would never walk out with a customer to deliver a vehicle. They were the laziest fucking sales guys ever. And then they called us on the phone. They're like, yo, there's something wrong with this tint job. And we're like, what do you mean? They're like, I don't know, there's like bubbles everywhere. I've never seen this before. They bitched and bitched. We drove out there. We looked at it, and it's like, you dumbass. That's like those moisture pockets that we talk about. That's what you literally say to every customer. Oh, well, I've never seen that before. Like, yeah, because you don't walk out to deliver a vehicle ever. you wait till somebody comes back in and then you panic with them. God, that was annoying. Good times. Good times. We're definitely gonna have to prep this windshield and back window just a little bit more than we normally would. It's got that layer of scuzzy haze on it from this is a 2008. Hasn't been cleaned in a little while. So we gotta be a little extra thorough when you're cleaning stuff like that. So usually you'll see me just rough scrape something, then take a clay bar to it. We might end up taking a blade and like a scrub pad to the back. Will I be leaving anything spooky in the car? Just the bill. I was outside for like 20 minutes trying to get it to go away. Yeah, so after you've tinted it, you definitely want to be careful how much you try and touch something up. I've seen people, and I've done it too, is like sometimes you'll have like a little speck or something, or you'll have just a little bit of moisture that you're like, oh, there's just this little pocket of water, and you want to like press it out, but everything's tacked up already. Just leave it. You end up doing more harm than good. But that's if it's already been like, warmer weather, set amount of time, that type of stuff. How much do you charge for removals? It kind of varies. I always feel a little bad about removals, so if I have like an entire removal, it's usually regular pricing will be like $160 for me. But if we're doing like, if like I got this guy doing, he added we were just doing the front doors, the back glass, and the full windshield, and then he really wanted to do the back doors too. So we like figured out a little bit of a break on the removal portion of it, because it's like you just start to feel a little bad. And they're like, if they're not that bad, then it's not that bad. You know what I mean? Like here, removals aren't as baked on a lot of times. Like we can still have our pain in the ass removals, but we usually can. It's more just scraping glue than anything. We usually don't have like super flaky tint. I don't do a whole lot of removals. So like just a standard full removal would be like $160. Does having the boxes with RGB make it better? Yes, it does. 100%. Part of it's for the stream, and another part is pictures after the fact. Just trying to do something to like, where you can get really cool pictures. Something that's a little bit more eye-catching than like a gross floor. Gross floor, shit in the corner, that type of stuff. So this, I'm just single cutting really quick. I guess I could have double cut and then grabbed the short 5, but I didn't think of it. Any tips on double cutting? Practice. Lots of practice. I know that's vague, but practice single cutting and then just put two pieces together. Double cutting's not that much different. It's just you're working with a thicker situation. Come on. There we go. I don't know why I do that. I never write them down after the fact. And they're printed on the box, so I don't need that sticker. Habits. So this is 5. The other one will become 5. It'll be a really, really close match. Really so weird though. It had such a layer of dirt on it and stickers. I was like, oh yeah, for sure tinted. Because it is. Then I go to like scrape it and then I'm looking at the top edge and I'm like, this is like the cleanest top edge I think I've ever seen. Very unusual considering that the front window didn't have a clean top edge. I'm like, this almost looks factory, and then I start scraping it, and I'm just scraping a layer of dirt off, and there's no tint coming off. I'm like, weird. I'll have to talk to the glass shop, see if you can order factory tinted windows for like certain sedans. Did not know that was a thing. It's definitely not much of a thing. It's the first one I've ever noticed in 10 years. $5 super chat. Thank you. Where's the coffee? I do have coffee. I definitely have coffee. I was almost late this morning getting coffee. It was one of those lines I almost passed by, and then as I was driving in this morning. As I was driving in this morning, I pulled in right behind them, so like, I wasn't later than them, but I was definitely a couple minutes behind. There's something with my air compressor. I thought it was working. It's not. I hate arena. See, I got coffee. It's running out. I had a set of doors to do, so I definitely did that off stream. Here. It's weird. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Okay, there it goes. We got like 2 of them to do. So we still have the balloon, but I don't know what's going on. Sometimes it's like it just doesn't pick it up. But it's there. I guess dark green wasn't the best of colors. Met some friends. Gonna see a plotter in action Tuesday. Plotters can be fun. There's a lot you can do. They just always trigger me. They just always trigger me. Too many triggers. Does the balloon pop? with enough time. Everything you have is fancy. I try some. So like I didn't want to spend too much on my trash cans. I have small stainless steel ones, and I got them shorter specifically because I was using them back home. But I need automatic ones. I need bigger ones. But those are going to be like... they had this perfect one at Costco. But they don't sell them anymore. We bought one for our kitchen and then like looked for it months later and they just didn't have them anymore. But yeah, stainless steel automatic trash cans. Those are expensive. That's why I have the little foot ones. Does it go by time? Yeah, right now. So it's like 5 like makes it go for like 5 to 10 seconds. It's still like it's buggy. We had some good fun earlier on with it. My thing with it is like it's there, it's looming, it'll build up over time and eventually it'll pop. I don't need it to be like the focal point of the stream, although it's been kind of crazy the last few streams, so some people went ham with it. It was just ridiculous. A lot of fun though. Let's see if it'll stick. I am skeptical. Oh, it sticks real well, this one. Where's my seat? There it is. What was it? My friends said they do 15 to 20 cars a day with the plotter. With 3 people? Oh, okay. That's like... That was what I used to do at my dad's shop. They're probably doing more than that right now. If you have a good system down, you can get a lot done with a plotter. But yeah, just like you said, the patterns aren't as good. That's the Achilles heel of the plotter. Is like, it depends on the software that you're using. Some of them are good, and some of them are not so good, and it really depends on the car. The software with the car. There has to be a fancy seat coming at some point. Oh. Oh, you have... Okay, maybe you know. No, you don't. I don't have anything coming yet, but believe me, I've looked at fancy seats. Because a big part of the vibe that we created here was like gamer RGB stuff, because live streaming is very much a big part of the gaming community, and I like the whole RGB aesthetic that a lot of them have. So that's what I wanted to do here. But I was gonna get like a gaming chair, but I need it to be practical too. And most of them are just not. Most like office style chairs, I'd have to take off like the armrest, and they just kind of like, they're bulky, they just kind of get in the way. So I got my eye out for like some random stools and stuff, but nothing that's I've been like, ooh, I need that. But it's definitely on my mind. Ooh. When will I start the gaming channel? I won't. Nobody wants to watch me game. And there aren't very many games that I like to play anyways. But gaming channel will not be a thing. I still hear it. It's like way back here. There we go. Come on. It's loose. It's just buried back there now. Is it still stuck? No, it's there. I see it. little bit more. That's most of it. Wow, that moves up a lot slower. Did we get it all? Okay. Oh, there's still a little bit down here. These have wider felt seals too. So like, getting all that shit out of there. Definitely need to like look at it from the outside and make sure that all the glue is cleaned off of that seal line, because you could easily miss it. I've done it a bunch of times where I thought it was clean and I just didn't pay that much attention to it. What? My 3-year-old accidentally hit this when she was trying to hit Pepe Pig, and I'm glad she did. I'm learning tons. That's a happy accident. That's cool. Pepe Pig or window tint? It's a tough choice. I'm glad to know that I can compete with Pepe Pig. I have a son on the way though, so I'm sure I'm gonna have to have that on. Just clean lots of little glue bits behind. It's like, removals really, I mean, they can be a pain in the ass, but what's worse is when you have to do a retint. Whenever you have to retint over a removal, which is usually the case, that's what makes it a big pain. No clay bar today? No, spoke too soon. We're right there. I'll clean up a lot of the little, I'll clean up a lot of the glue, the extra bits. Just run a rag over it and stuff. You're just trying to loosen everything up. Pick up what you can. Because there's always those like little bits. The clay bar's not really going to pick up glue bits very well. Maybe like smear them around. Get it clean. My 1-year-old got me hooked on the wiggles. Yeah. I'm being reminded, like, there was like these little like cassettes we used to play in the car too when I was little, and like we didn't listen to the radio when we were little in the car. We just had these cassettes and we would just change them out, and that was literally like all that was played. We usually didn't go on very long drives, but I just kind of realized that it's like, oh yeah, I'm probably gonna have to have all that kind of stuff. All right. This is ready at this point to go in. Still a little nervous. Always nervous that like you go to tint it and then there's one random glue bit. Tape seals. We didn't find our tape from last time and it's already wet. It's too late. It's too late. Should be fine. These are a little bit looser than, what was it, the Liberty? Yeah, the Liberty that we did on Monday. Matt, did you get my voicemail on teaching? Oh, I did. I didn't give a call back because I was actually at a... Oh, God. I hate this. Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh, so what I was saying is I was at like a... My dad actually made breakfast, so it was like a really... I didn't have any appointments, so I went over to his house with a little bit of family, and we had breakfast. And so I just couldn't pick up the phone at the time. For training right now, there's not much I can do. But hopefully early next year is when we're gonna start doing some stuff. What? What are you guys talking about in chat? I'm also like talking, so I don't catch everything, but I try to. Cool. I hate when it like slides around. Like you have slightly too much soap. But when you were tucking it in the first place, that it picks this one little spot and then it grabs it and it refuses to let go. But it'll slide everywhere else and you're like, what the hell? So we're gonna warm this up just a little bit because we're still moving. I'm still adjusting my soap. I put like a regular amount because it's like it only takes that one car for it to be a big pain. Shouldn't need very much though. There's that. Good. Ew, what is that? Oh, that's a leaf. I saw this yellow spot. It almost looked like gunky glue. Dealership wants to... Yeah, so dealerships, they sometimes want to add their own tint program. That's something that Lumar went really heavy into, and they're still working on that. They sign up, they basically like set them up with like a plotter system, and then probably bring somebody in to train and make it like a whole package. They probably even do free training if they get a plotter and like a minimum order of film, because it's like they can do pretty well that way. And with dealerships, like, you know, you don't need to train somebody as thoroughly either. Like, I mean, you'll get some half-baked work sometimes, but you'll have the same cars over and over at the dealership. So when somebody kind of learns those cars, they're pretty well off with a lot of what the dealership needs until a model changes. let's check it over. Woo! See. That is nice when it peels like that. What's the best way to not get creases or contamination in stage 2? Just all around, again, practice. Lots of practice. The more you see yourself fighting with the film, the more problems you're gonna have. So you don't have to go like super far into the seals or anything. Keep your edges maybe a little on the slim side. That'll help. And then it's just practice. There's a lot of tinting that's just like, unfortunately, there's I guess quote unquote tricks to maybe improving like your speed a little bit and stuff like that, but the general overall process of tinting, there's no like super shortcuts. If there were, then I wouldn't be. I guess one of the easier ones is removing the door panels, but then you gotta remove the door panel. That's about it. Tinting is just one of those hard skills to learn. Takes time, takes effort. Put in the work. So yeah, all that. So the front's 5. The back is going to be 5. This one right here is the only oddball window. I thought it was tinted. It's not. Well, it is, but it's factory tinted. And it's really unusual. It's gonna be a little hard to tell. But I said it a few times. Very unusual to ever see a sedan with factory tint on the back windows. But the other weird part is that it's only this window. So this window would have gotten broken out at some point and replaced. And they somehow found a tinted sedan back window, which just doesn't exist. But it does. It's really, really dirty though. So, a little break on the removal kind of works out. I'll tell him though. So we only had to remove two windows at that point. Where'd you get the tool bag? It's an Avery Dennison tool pouch. You can find it on, I think Fellers? So you gotta go to like a vinyl supply. So Avery Dennison has 2 types of distributors. They have vinyl, well they might have more than that, but they have vinyl and window tint separate from each other. I don't know why, but I do. So if you want to be a tint distributor, you can't order their vinyl products. And this tool pouch is technically a vinyl product. So you have to go to like a vinyl distributor for it unless they buy it like basically retail. So I think like Fellers is like a good place for it, but just search Avery Dennison tool pouch and you should be able to find it. I think it was like 40. Really, really good pouch. Because most of them aren't ever quite right. We break laws on this channel. Look, I tint at the customer's request, and it's up to them to have a medical note on the front windows. These types of windows are more common on Euro cars. Like that's interesting. Yeah, it's. I'm sure what happened was they had it replaced and just ordered like a tinted version. What I'm really surprised at is that a tinted version exists at all. I mean, I guess if it was to exist on any, a Chrysler 300, it doesn't surprise me as much being a 300. Because it's one of those like be driven around in cars type thing. I don't know. They were going for a different look and styling with this car, so. But yeah, I've never seen it before. Matt, can you tint my doors today? Yeah, after this one. Is that like a real request? Or is that a meme? Less soap in winter? Yeah, absolutely. I'm still trying to figure that out because if your glass is cold, the film will slide around a lot more. But then sometimes you have this like some windows just stick more than others. So it all depends. Some Chrysler 300s in Europe. I didn't even know the 300 made it that far. But there you go. You got probably European version. What is this? Safeguard. I'll be there in a half hour. No! No, I am busy. You don't just swing in and get your doors done. You can go later on today, but not now. The fuck, I gotta finish this one. I'm gonna lock the door and then not let anybody in. I actually might have to. This dude dropped off. I don't need any distractions until this one's done. After this one's done, though, that's fine. I gotta look at this. I'll be there in a half hour. Guys, one second. Oh, you know what? I could probably walk up there with it. Here, we're gonna be nice. Here, we're gonna be nice. And by nice, I mean not nice. This is off for a reason. Door's shut. Door's not shut, apparently. There we go. We're gonna be unwelcoming. We're locking shit down because I'm streaming. Cool. I can tint in peace. All right, 2 windows down. Let's do the rest of this. That would be interesting to see factory tint on back of sedans. That can't happen in the States due to like state laws, like driving from one state to the other. That's why they don't do it. Because like if you drove this window to certain states, that particular window wouldn't be legal. Bro got locked out. He did. He's got to schedule an appointment. I can do it today. I just got to do it later. I gotta scrape this tape off. I wasn't sure how to handle this one, but I have it soaking. It's got a... Oh, we are getting it. Cool. Super chat. Thank you so much for the super chat. 1 second, I missed the message. I'll get back to it. I think it was a meme, but it could be. It could be a legitimate one. But I definitely did not say come on down. To be honest, that's kind of why I like being on the back side of the building. It's like nobody comes here. Nobody comes here unless they have an appointment, and that's how I run things. I just like, or else I like, sometimes I'm just not here. So we got this little guy here. Where is it? Oh, we got a few. Oh, there's like kind of a bunch. There's one there. There's one there. All right, we're gonna scrub the whole back window. We're gonna scrub the outside and then take a good look at it. John Bowen. Thank you for the 5. Thanks again for the inspiration. Dude, you're welcome. I appreciate the 5. Thank you so much. Let me... There. I'm like manually triggering it right now because sometimes it just doesn't work. Cool. I don't know what it is. We blowed it up though. No, we don't want that. We want this. No, we don't want that. We want this. Transition. Okay, scrub. Locked. Not locked. So while we're doing that, because we're gonna have to put dryer sheet on it, or dry shrink prep, or whatever we're gonna use. So what I want to do is get a good look at this back window, and there's just a lot of stuff on the outside. It's got a layer. It's got a layer of scuzz. So we're gonna get a good look at it, and then we're gonna make sure all those little flakes. Because when he said he needs the front 2 tinted and the back glass, but the back doors were already tinted, that's a big red flag. That means the back window 100% was tinted at one point. And when I looked it over outside, I was really surprised how not tinted it was, but you could see like a few little flakes. Wasn't a big deal. And it still isn't. Being that there's not that many of them, we'll take care of this pretty quickly, but it's one of those things where because it was tinted, you gotta just be extra careful, because what you're gonna have is like, you know, that little flake of tint that you didn't see, and the whole thing's gonna look beautiful, except for that one spot, and you're gonna be like, God damn it. And you're gonna have to like peel it back, try and scrape it out. It's gonna leave a spot. Dirt's gonna wash into it, and it's just gonna be a mess. So there's one here, there's one here. And there's like a little guy right down here. Oh, this is not great. There's like one there. Oh yeah, you can definitely see him a lot more. So So just that one, that one. But as soon as I put like, as soon as I prep my back window, I'm not gonna be able to see these anymore. So it's pretty much like, you're not gonna be able to feel them, you're not gonna be able to see them. You just gotta take care of them now while it's clean. There's that, there's that. That'll probably go for the inside too. Mm-hmm. There's another one. There's another one. There's another one. There's one. Yuck. Have you guys ever brought in a car and you're like, yeah, that'll be no problem to remove that, no big deal, and then it's like turns out to be way bigger of a deal than you realized? This isn't quite there. This is definitely like little spots all over the place, and one of the bigger concerns is this lower portion, because the deck lid, it kind of like sneaks up on you. So you have a little bit of carpet. So what I'm wondering is like, you see like a little funny line here and stuff. It's like, is that just the carpet pressing against the glass? Or is it something much, much, much worse waiting to fuck up your tint job? Where is it? There it is. And then it'll be like, gotcha. Yeah, you can use a plastic razor blade. That's what I was using over the... That's what I was using over the back. But they're not like... Gator blades are pretty good. I don't know, plastic blades, they're just not as sharp. So it's like, you're gonna have to go over it a couple times and just be careful. But yeah, you can definitely use plastic blades over defroster lines. Just don't expect to get everything, which is the big problem. Let me do this one. Whoever did the removal didn't do too bad of a job, though. It's always a nightmare when they say, yeah, I removed it for you. I did you a favor. And you're like, you son of a bitch. No, you didn't. You didn't do me a favor. Then you gotta be like, okay, yep, oh. It's okay, it's fine. Rip defrosters? No, defrosters will be fine. Ooh. Oh! Oh! That. Oh, these are sneaky. That's why we're cleaning it. Those are very sneaky. I ordered gator blade and plastic razor blades. Yeah, give them a shot. They're definitely a safer route to go. Yeah, these are like flaking off in like a good way. But it's not until you put like the right pressure on them that they come off. They don't look that bad now, but you tint over them and they'll look really, really, really bad. Some of you, this might be a Chrysler 300, but we'll make this look like the best 300 that there's ever been. Look at this. Look at that. Yuck. Inspector tint. Ew. Ooh, well, thank you for the super chat. I ran into the problem on an old Mercedes. There's black specks on the window and I couldn't get them off, even with steel wool. So if they're black specks, this isn't always the case, but more often than not, on older vehicles, if you have black specks that won't be removed with like a razor blade or something, chances are it's weld splatter. And some of it can like scrape flush against the glass and some of it just will not. So like when they fix a car, ooh, another super chat. Thank you. Feel like if steel wool can't get it, then clay bar can't. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, when you're trying to like scrub it down, a razor is gonna be like your best friend, but you gotta be careful around the defrosters, of course. But it's just one of those things. If you have black specks on a back glass, what it often is somebody had to have, like, was in an accident and they had to have their car fixed, and then the collision shop was lazy and they didn't cover up the windows. And so weld splatter came off of the welder and then just like fused to the glass. So they like to make your life not so fun. And that is something that you want to point out to a client. Is the balloon gonna pop soon? No, but it's bigger. It's bigger. It's gonna get to this point where it looks like it's gonna pop and then it's just going to like swell very slowly. I did a test with this one. It's gonna take some oomph. But it's filling. It's slowly getting there. Sorry, I would have done this off stream. I hate having to look at a backlist this thoroughly. I usually don't, but like there's another one, there's another one. They're so small. So we got one. Where are they? There's one. There's one. Just little teeny tiny shits. Get off my window, dude. I think that should be pretty good. There's probably one more somewhere, but as far as I can tell, all the lower areas, let me double check that bottom corner. That could be an easy miss spot. I just don't know what this is. There's like this weird... Oh, that's something. It looks like just like a light spray. I think it's glue. I think that little bit at the bottom is like leftover glue. This is going to take way longer than I thought. Oh, and that's fun. $5 super chat. Thank you. Thanks. That's reassuring. The owner agreed, and yeah, they were embedded into the glass. Yeah, so that's likely what they were. Thank you so much for the 5. I kind of forget about some of that stuff. That is definitely something, like, you did good. You let them know. That's like, you can definitely tint over it, but it's gonna look like dirt specks. But letting them know will alleviate you of, like, you know, they'll look at it after it was tinted and it dries out, and they're just like, what the hell is this? There's just a bunch of specks there. And then explaining it after the fact is very, very hard to do. You almost have to, like, prove beforehand. So, good job. That's a cover your own ass scenario for sure. So I think we're pretty good now. Still a little concerned. But I went over this back glass pretty thoroughly. It's just that little stripe. What is that? Looks like a piece. Oh yeah. That's just a little flaky piece that's not on the glass, but we don't want it to be near it. Cool. That should be good. Famous last words. Let's see. Oh, wait, yeah, I hung up my dry shrink bag. There it is. Ha! We're starting to keep track of things. This is my... What's funny is this is my starter pouch, which is kind of funny. Whoa, wait, what? Who's calling? Uh-oh. Hello? Okay. Yeah, I can do it after it. Yeah, let me check really quick. Or what? You do it for me. What time is it? 2. Have them come down at like 3, just to be on the safe side. Wait, no, sorry. It's 2 right now. Oh God, I am way behind. Have them come down at 4. All right, cool. Appreciate it. Okay, cool. Thanks, man. Bye. Cool. So we actually might have 2 doors coming in later on an SUV, which I don't know if it was the dude that commented. That would be a funny one to me. But I'm making sure everything's cool. I'll show you the pouch really quick right now, because somebody's asking at a good time. This is what it looks like. My squeegee handle goes here, but it's just got like 2 pockets up front, and then it's got these little ones right here. And that's basically all you need. So it's got like a metal strip on the front, so you can attach like a magnetic squeegee, but it's not something that you need for window tinting. It's more of a vinyl thing, like wrap magnets and stuff. Okay, well that definitely took a little bit longer, but now we have dry shrink prep on there, so we can worry about these other doors, which we still have to thoroughly scrape and then do a windshield. I think the only window that we don't really have to worry about is the driver's door. That's one. Yes, it was me. Oh, no shit. All right, sorry, not sorry. I locked the doors on you, but that's because I was like, oh shit, I got somebody coming down here, and I gotta finish up this car. So the little bit, like, I'm a little different here. I go by specific appointments, and what I like to do is make sure that I have enough time to both make sure that I put out a really, really good job, and then also put in a little time for the stream. So at this point, I know I'm not expecting anybody, so it's like, I didn't want to try and have to deal with something else right now. So I'm just like, nope, no appointments right now. We will take care of it later. Oh yeah, we shut it off. Ooh, we're smart, because that took way too long. Sometimes we're smart, sometimes we're not. So this one had a bunch of glue on it. So I just want to make sure. I already peeled some film off of this before I went live. Part of the reason was I was gonna go live with the removal, and then my headset was like 10% battery, and I was like, oh no. See you at 4? Sounds good, man. Thank you. Ugh. Cool tint. What was my first car I tinted? Ooh, I remember. It was an old Taurus or Sable. It was one of the two. It took me, that was like on my own though. There was like some things that I tinted with the person that I was kind of training with. And that was like onesie twosie windows here, part of a car here. But like when I remember like when I was first by myself, I had like an old Taurus or an old Sable. It took me like 6 hours. It was a long day. And I guarantee you there was problems with it. It wasn't like 6 hours and then it's immaculate. 6 hours and then you're just like frustrated. But you got tint on the windows. It's a hard car to do for your first one too. But again, I had like a fair amount of practice beforehand. And then from there on, it was awkward, bad situation after awkward, bad situation. Just kind of blurs together a lot, but like they didn't have another tinner. It was just me at that point. So it was just like they would try and schedule, and I would try and get it done. So, long, frustrating days for sure. Here's that. So it's 2. I got till 4 to get this one done, which is probably a little bit longer than I thought I was going to be working on this one, but it is what it is. The windshield should go pretty quickly though. Where you get the clear film, that is a Lowe's special. Carpet shield. I'm sure you can find it at some other places, but that's where I can buy it quick and local. Thanks, man. I like watching you tint because it's satisfying. I appreciate that. Until you run into those days where it's just like nothing's going right, and then you're just pulling film back off of the glass because you just can't get that door tinted without crap in it. Then it becomes very unsatisfying. But hopefully comedic, I don't know. Alright, so we got a little fold to press out over there. It's not really a big surprise. What size roll? They come in 24 inches wide. You can get whatever length that you want to get. The longer the length, though, the tighter it is to pull, but you get more for your money that way. So these were like, I think these were like the 200-foot rolls. I want to find something better. I keep saying that, but it's true. I really want to find something better because it doesn't stick to every door panel. It sticks to a good number of them, but there's always like some random coating or something that makes it not stick to like certain door panels. So it's like you'll stick it to like a soft touch panel, it'll be fine, and then you'll stick it to another one and then it won't stick. So I don't have a better recommendation yet though. But this one works out pretty nice. Again, do we need another razor? We've used so many razors on this car. Not something I like to do, but when we have to, we have to. going to, should we? We'll just get going. We got a little fold press out there. That's fine. We'll let it sit for a minute and then we'll take care of it. I'm your biggest fan. Thank you. I think. That's always like an odd thing for me to hear, because it's just I tint and I have a channel. So for me, holy shit. Oh God. Somebody just came in here and said, like, for razors, was that the comment? Oh, thanks, man. Oh, what did I set for 20? Oh man, that is one big watermelon up there now. Oh, ooh, somebody really just jump started that thing. Thank you so much for razors. Razors aren't cheap. Well, it can be, but cheap ones are generally not that great. I guess that makes sense. Blades. The other thing is blades. Blades, it's like a pack of stainless steel blades will always run you like at least $20. Much appreciated. I was like, blade, where is it? There it is. I got it. Only partially losing my mind. Thanks so much for the 5. Another super chat to try and pop the balloon. Why didn't it go? It should go. There's a sound. I'm sorry, it's having technical difficulties. I'll fill it up some though. I gotta read names at the computer though, so I gotta finish this door first. I appreciate both of those very, very much. I'm trying to be careful on how many times I run away from a door. Sometimes I get too distracted in the stream and I'm trying to fix that, but I really, really, really appreciate it. I thought it was gonna work. Why didn't it work? Sometimes it does. Sometimes it's a pain in the dick. We'll get it solved though. It's one of those like weirdo ideas that I had, and you go down this like technology rabbit hole and you're just like, this should be easier than it is, but it's not. All right, let's get this one in. Love the studio. Thank you. It still doesn't quite feel right, but I haven't made any changes in a little bit. I gotta clean up some of the sides and whatnot, but thank you. We're gonna buy the tools in window tint. Tint Depot is a great way to get started. Tintdepot.com/tint stuff, or just go to Tint Depot. But they set a whole recommendations page and basically shows all the tools and stuff that I use. And as for film, you don't really need to spring a lot for film just to get started, because you're going to be wasting most of the film that you're practicing with. So definitely don't need to get anything like super expensive. Just try and get like, stick to a dyed film when you're practicing first instead of like a carbon. Reason being is a lot of the cheaper carbons are a lot more difficult to shrink, so it can give you like a weird, like a harder time than what you need for when you get started. All right, cool. So that is up. So now we can shut the key off. There's that. All in all, it's not going too bad. Just a lot of extra cleaning. The back window on a Fusion. Sometimes. So on a Fusion, a couple years back, this is before, so there's the Fusions with a little turn dial. There's the older Fusions with a completely different body style. Those ones are great. Oh, I miss those. When they made the more recent body style, they had like a different shifter in it. And when they changed to like the turn dial shifters, they changed up the, as weird as it is, they made a change on the rear deck lid and made it easier. So like one of the problems I used to have on the first versions of those Fusions was the deck lid pinched right against the bottom. So you had to cut your bottom edge real tight. And that was hard to do because the carpet presses against it. As far as the rest of the back window goes, there's not really a lot that's super out of the ordinary compared to most other cars. So it's just, it might be a little bit longer. But other than that bottom edge, they're pretty straightforward. At least they should be. There's nothing weird about the defrosters or anything either. But that being said, some cars can give you more of a challenge than others just because it's one of those days. The shrinking was rough. Yeah, sometimes they just can be. Like, you just have those cars that are like, ah, oh, what the hell? Nothing stands out on it though that I can think of other than the installation. So this has been sitting for a little bit. We're looking over these little sides. Also ran out of glass aid, so it made it worse. Oh, that bottom edge, like I said, that carpet, it's really tough to shine a light down there. Especially when somebody decides to get limo on a car that's just got one of those tighter deck lids. It's, oh man. I usually would just, at that point, maybe leave a light in there. But then I'll pick up the tint, I'll make a cut, pick up the tint, make a cut. That was before I had glass aid, so. It always takes me a lot longer to cut those. All the combinations of bad things. Oh, it sucks. Definitely had those. I've had those on stream too. That really sucks too. It's like, so yesterday I tinted I had to redo an edge door 3 times. So the first time my front edge was just short. And I don't know how that happened, but it did. It was just a really cold day, so it's like my film was sliding some, but it's just like I didn't catch it. And then I go to install it, and then my front edge was short, so then I pulled it. And then I did this, then it got stuck. So when you slide it into the seal and you try and shift it back out and it just locks in place, it just froze. super obnoxious. And then I scrapped that and I scrapped another one, and it took me 3 tries to get that window done. No fun. And then I had an edge set of doors this morning, and I got it done first try. So it's just one of those things. So what's cool about the old Chrysler 300, 24-inch roll covers the back and you have no rear quarters. It's like, woo! Bonus. So, just gonna make sure all our edges are covered. We saw we had little flakes back there. Hopefully those are all gone. Oh, I promised you guys. Let me check my GoPro. Ooh, we gotta change the battery anyways. I said... I would add time. Oh, there it is. Hopefully it shuts off. There it is. Cool. So that was George. Thank you so much for the 5. Oh, and the 20. Is it George or is it Jorge? I'm sorry if I messed that up. It's like a stamp on your forehead. I know, but it's the best that we got. It gets worse in the summertime. Because they have these little ridges here, but it's like, it's got to, oh, you can't even see it. Yeah, that. It's got to like grip your face, so. Obnoxious, but it is what it is. Maybe one day we'll have the perfect live streaming camera. Still good? We've gotten pretty good at that. Thank you so much for the super chats, by the way. That was really nice. I didn't realize it was from the same person. 20 and 5. Yeah, it's getting big. Put on a beanie. It's definitely swole though. No, beanie's gonna be too hot right now. I have heat in my shop, so. One day we'll just have the GoPro logo like branded on my forehead because of all the times we're getting fun GoPro radiation. Alright, so this one might be a little bit harder to see, being that I don't have as great of lighting on the back side of it, but we're gonna do this and then we're gonna jump right to the windshield, so. Might as well get sponsored. I'm not there for as much as I love the GoPro for what it can do. I don't know. I'm sure they would want me to use the 9, but I am not using the 9. I'm using the 8. I got the 9, and I heard this later in some reviews too, so it was more reassuring. But so they said the new sensor in the 9 has more pixels, but it's like the same size. They didn't make the sensor bigger. So more pixels means worse low light performance. Although the footage that I saw looked good. In lower light. It's just whenever I tried it on stream, it just did not look good. I don't know what it was. I went back to the 8, and the 8 immediately was like, I showed them side by side, and it was like, that one's the 9, right? And it's like, no, that one's the 8. It's like, oh. Damn. So there's nothing that I could do. You don't have control over live stream settings other than like 720 and 1080 and stuff like that, and that doesn't really impact it very much. Oh shoot, it is Halloween today, isn't it? It's the 31st, right? Which is, the spookiest part is that my first rent check is due tomorrow. That's the spookiest part. You guys want to talk about like skeleton spooks? Nuh-uh. We got real money's due. It's like grave reminder. Yeah, last year it got really cold on Halloween, and it's pretty cold right now. Not as cold as last year. Last year we had like a snowstorm. I already sent the rent check though, so I have to mail it, like with a stamp. I don't know how long it's been since I've done that. No Halloween plans. Giant squeegee. Probably not. I'd rather go as some purple tint. Spooky. Where do I get this light? This light's from Harbor Freight. You can find it at Menards too. It's like 30 bucks. I used to spend like, I guess this when LED lights were pretty new too though. The stick lights, they were a lot thicker. This one's like 350 to 400 lumens. And it's aluminum. It's definitely solid. Save. Big money. I thought Menards was nationwide. I guess they're more on like my side of the country. Midwest? Or what? Mid-East? I don't know. Whatever. Alright. Touch up these edges. We cleaned it to death already. We still will scrub it down one more time. But less to worry about now this go around because we already spent a lot of that time. And then we got a windshield to tint. The windshield, we should have already striped and prepped and whatever. I miss these ones though. I really like these I really like tinting these 300s. And then when they added the quarters, I was always annoyed. It's like, more work. Why'd you do that? They still weren't that, they weren't really harder. It was just like they just added some windows. Okay, so let's put this seat up a little bit. Clay bar, hopefully that's back there. Yes, it is. Ha! So we get to see how thorough we really were. I'm betting there's gonna be something, but I sure hope not. You did really good. But then there's that spot that's like, gotcha. No, it's on the outside. Cool. Corner. Spray. And toss. $5 or $20? We're doing $5. We're doing $5 on everything except for the windshield. Then we're doing $35. He was talking about 20, and I definitely don't blame him. When he's going dark, he's like, I really like dark though. And I was like, okay. Well, if you want to go dark on the windshield, wouldn't suggest doing darker than 35. And he's like, how come? And I told him. He's like, okay. It's like, cool. Safety. Ooh, it pinches. Make sure we're covered. Covered. Those carpet, these corners are definitely, you gotta be a little tight on those. Okay, cool. Don't do 20 on your windshield, that's dark. 35. Although I know I got a bunch of shitters in chat that like 5. It's just one of those things. I've driven around with 35 for quite a bit of time. And 35 on front doors, like if somebody gets 35 on the front doors, they're generally speaking like their car's later. So when you do 35 on a full windshield, it's just, it gives you a nice dark appearance. Yes, you can see in a little bit, but it's not like, it's not crazy. It's like you're starting to split hairs between darkness. So that's why I don't ever recommend going lower than that, because it's like during bright daylight you're fine, sure, but when it gets cloudy, when it gets dark, it's just tough to see. Is that a glass aid thing? Oh, did somebody get it? Did that work? Oh my God, we haven't had that in a while. Because it wasn't working. Was it clay bar? Was it glass aid? What was it? I think we're pretty good. I'm pretty confident. Scrub pad. How did you get down there? Put double. See what I mean? There's always somebody in chat. I put double 5 all around except the windshield. Let me guess. This is what? Single 5 on the windshield? Would you guys rather have a 1% on the box or a double 5? Which sounds darker? I know like which is technically darker, but I always think it's funny. It's like it's almost like bragging rights to say like double 5. I got double 5. This is like shaving. Oh, this looks smooth. And we scrubbed the outside, so it's like super clean compared to what it was. Oh, this looks good. Oh, we are very happy with this. There's no like weirdo loose trash down here. The defrosters are, oh, this looks good. We will be very happy with this one. I've gotten old. So on my first car that I tinted, like when I was a tinter, and still am, but you know, the car that I had when I was first tinting, what did I do on it? I started with like 35 on the front and then did like 20 on the back. And then I did 15 on the back. And then I went 20 on the front doors, 20 on the back. And then I went 20 on the front doors, 15 on the back. Then I went 5 on the back. And I just like, you just got that like darkness bug where you just want to go a little darker and then you look at it too much and then you just want to go a little darker. And then I got to the point where I took off the 15. I put 5 on my front doors. I got in the car. I was very proud of my work. Spent a lot of time on those front doors. Got in the car. Didn't even pull out of the bay. And I looked out of my side windows and I yanked it off. I was like, fuck this, man. And then I never went darker than like 15 on the fronts. And right now it's like, I don't have enough time to even look at my car. So I don't care as much. But on the Blazer's a little bit of a different story. We did 35 and 50 on that, and I really like that look. So I go back and forth. 35 and 50 if you want to go lighter, 20 and 35 if you want to go darker. I go back and forth between those. I got a can of paint. There was a video. I saw a video where they took, God, what was it? Nightshades. They took a can of nightshades and they're like, can you tint your windows with nightshades? I loved it. It looked like shit, but I loved the video because it was like, it was very similar to a lot of what I did. It was a good idea. It looked better on the outside than on the inside. He had an old Civic, I think. No, an old, what is it? Honda CRV, that thing. So we gotta save a jack sticker. I don't know if you have, I'm sure you have some car washers in your states that do the same thing. I don't know how nationwide Jack's is, but Jack's put these like stupid tear away stickers on everybody's cars, including the paint. So we gotta save it for them, because that's worth money. Everything else can be destroyed, but a jack sticker, we gotta save it. I might start doing that a lot more. I should, but not the jack sticker. I always say the jack sticker. Ooh, he's got like weirdo overspray up here too. Ew, in like a, yuck. 2020 CHR, I have not. He's got annoying paint overspray up there. Scrubby's not enough to take that off. You gotta razor that off. Do I wash the cars after I'm done tinting them? No. Reason being is, if you start looking into detailing, oh my God, there's like easy ways to do it, and then there's like super duper picky, thorough ways to do it. And what I don't want to do is like half-ass wash a brand new car. There's like the 2-bucket, 3-bucket. There's a bucket for like every corner. It's like, what I don't want to do is get blamed for like rubbing the paint and getting a scuff on it. So generally speaking, you'd probably be fine. But you never know when you're gonna get somebody super particular about their paint, especially when their cars are new. And you like put a swirl in it or something unnecessary. So that's why I generally like, it's not my specialty, so I'll just tint them and I'll leave them be. If I could just spray them down with some like, with like a power washer, I think that would probably be the most okay, but. We gotta fix that down. Oh, we can just do this, just a little. I like doing window tint and detailing, but detailing's confusing. Detailing is like its own, like there really is a lot with detailing. I have a great amount of respect. So much more work too. Like if you're getting into like paint corrections and stuff like that, it's kind of what I'm talking about. It's like buffing, wheeling, all that stuff. It's a lot of work. It's very time consuming. Okie dokie, come on. Aha! Got it. There's probably gonna be some random stickies on this. You know, this jack sticker almost looked like he took it off something else. How long have I been tinting? I've been tinting for 11 years, going on 12. Did I always plan on tinting? No. Definitely not. I still remember, there was this point in time, I was tinting at my dad's place, and there was a guy that was working there. He'd been working there for a very, very, very long time. And he was like, "You're just gonna be a window tinter." And I was like, "Fuck you, dude." No, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna finish aviation mechanics school, and then I'm gonna do something else. Well, like at the time, aviation mechanics school is what I thought I'd be doing. And then I kept tinting. tinting for a lot of people is just one of those things that you fall into. It's definitely not a predetermined path that you're just like, I'm gonna be a window tinter. Not for most people. Well, I was hoping that this thing would come off easy. I think it's been on here for quite some time. Ow. Come on. Cool. All right. So we need to put a towel down. We need to put a rope down. This is probably not the most touchy of vehicles, but Chryslers in general are very sensitive to water being sprayed down the dash. Oh shit, is that a super chat? Stay. It's not staying. So we definitely want to try and cover these up some, and putting a rope down will greatly help too. Why did I not get the typical notification? Wildcard! Wildcard, how you doing, buddy? Thank you so much for the 5. Oh, there's the noise. It didn't pick it up. That was really weird. Thank you so much for the 5. I really appreciate it. It's very swole now. All right, trying to figure out how to get a little bit of this tucked in here, but sometimes they just don't like to. But a little bit will go a long way. Been taking off my pouch a lot for these. God, there's so much walking around, and then you're trying to get up on the dash. Some people don't think tinting's a real job. Yeah. You can't necessarily expect them to know, but tinting definitely is a good career. This isn't going very smooth. It's a very curvy dash. Come on, just get in there a little bit. That should help. Because we gotta basically scrape the whole windshield too. Just enough to make sure that we get everything. Again, it's got that that layer of scuzz that we kind of took off of the other thing, so we can use like a scrub pad and stuff. There's no tint. Definitely no tint on this one, but being that we're gonna spray it a little bit more, be careful when you work on these. Covering up, taking a little bit more time, definitely help you. That tight spot right in the center. Everything else is pretty good. Good. Oh! Fuck me, dude! Oh, Jesus. Did that just go? There's somebody super chat at the end? Oh my god. I don't think there was a super chat there, but it definitely went. So I guess just the wild card put it... Fucking wild card put it on the edge. And then it just gave way. Spooky ghost pop. There you go. It was a spooky ghost pop. That was cool. Jesus. That thing freaks me out every time. That came at a weird time, too. Thank you guys so much. That was fun. That'll get me one of these days. That'll get me one of these days. Oh my god. I thought it was just gonna sit there until somebody like blew it up, and then I didn't know it would just sit there, and then over time just like, nope, it's too full. Pop. Dang. Spooky ghost pop. Oh, this has... What is this? Oh my god. Take back everything I say. This has like a thick layer of something. It's not glue, but it's like built up scuzz, but like taking a blade, it's like it's worked itself deep. So let's... We'll try this. And then we'll squeegee it and we'll look it over. Razor blades will scrape the surface, and they're really good on most scuzz. But this is like, it's leaving little scuzzy trails, I guess. So it's not like super flat against the glass. So we're just taking it a little bit at a time here. Maybe just a good old scrub down will be enough. Because the razor is really good at getting glue. Scrub pad's really good at getting general scuzz off the glass. So sometimes one will work better than the other for particular areas. Oh, this is nasty. So like all in here needs a little bit more. Oh, that pressure. Haven't seen me do a brow? Yeah, I guess so. It's been a minute. I do them here and there. They're definitely not the most requested things. I did one yesterday, but that wasn't on stream. It's just not something I get very many requests for, but they still happen. Usually somebody will get like 2 front doors and a windshield strip. Like if they get a windshield strip, it'll be 2 front doors on a truck. And typically just that isn't gonna be something I stream. But I also just don't get them that often. But if I had like... Probably did one, I think you did one on a red cruise at your old place. Oh, yeah, I think you're right. It just, yeah, it just doesn't happen that often. It's just, yeah, like I said, it's not something that generally gets brought up or requested for. Okay, so what time is it? 3? Good. Perfect. We are doing great. So we got enough time. Oh my God, why did I do that? Why did I walk around the entire car when you make the wrong turn? So this will probably be done in the next 30-ish minutes. And that'll give me enough time to wrap everything up. That's a little wet. That big back window is good. Breathing hard. Need more cardio. The extra scrubbing too. When you get a really dirty windshield, it's just awkward. You're always like pushing up on the glass. So we can let that sit for a minute. The blue scrub pad, that's the tri-edge scrub it. Very, very handy. There was an order. And it worked. The alert worked. Ocean Pearson, thank you so much. Dude, that was cool. What did he bid? 3 clay bars and 3 glass aid rolls. Dude, that's awesome. That is super cool. I'm glad that alert worked. That hasn't worked in a while. I lost faith. What's the cheapest film to buy? That's not the way to look at it. You can always go cheaper on film. You can find any super cheap dyed film. The cheap dyed films, they shrink great. Expensive dyed films will shrink great. The problem is that it's going to discolor and fail. So it's a way to get by, but not a good way to build a business. But for practice, if that's what you're doing with it, go to Tint Depot. You can find some really good, inexpensive dyed practice films there. All right. So all we're doing is letting that dry for a minute. I sprayed too much water, so it's going to take a second. I could take a heat gun, but I could take a break too. It's 3:02. I have a little bit of time. I should probably message this client. How long does DSP last? This is still my starter set. So months. Like, shit, I don't even know. I think the first time I used it when I was on stream. It's been running for a long time. I want to say at least over 6 months is how long I've had that. I don't know for sure, but I think about 6 months is as long as I've had that so far. Working on your windshield now. Will be all wrapped up by 4. Cool. Microsoft Sam said that really funny. How do you prevent boobles when the film is drying? So if your installation is clean, the water will pool together a little bit, but it'll evaporate clean. It's only when you have a lot of speckles and bad installation process that you'll see any kind of little specks and dirt specks and air bubbles left over. People think it's a bad job. Well, if there were bright white specks, it is a bad job, unfortunately. I'm your biggest fan. Thanks, man. I'm glad you liked the show. This one. I feel like we're still getting some stutters. I thought I had it fixed. No, not that one. 35. We need 35. We need the pouch. I mean, as far as a bad job goes, your client is going to be your critic. So if they think that it's bad, then generally speaking is bad. You have the initial drying process, but after like, I mean, what, a couple days, you'll know. Like bright white specks, they don't go away. If it's like water pools that kind of blend in with everything, that will go away. But even if you have too much water pooled together and it's been like a week and you still see it, then eventually it'll probably go away, but it'll be so long and your customer's gonna be irritated by that point, so you need to get more water out. But like you see on stream, I don't do a lot of crazy things. You get a decent squeegee, you push a good amount of water out, clean everything, everything's all good. You know what I mean? No, you're just slightly too shy. There we go. I should have let this dry just a little bit more. Move the shop every 3 weeks. Some people do. I mean, if you're mobile, some people just don't pick up the phone. They tint a car for somebody, they do a bad job, and then they ghost. Some mobile people will just say like, oh yeah, that'll dry out in a few days. And like, that's what kind of gives that phrase a bad name. It's because some people will just like try and pass it off. And like, yeah, it'll dry out, no problem. And it like, you know, the person that's getting it tinted doesn't know. Little water pools and stuff will dry out, but white specks and stuff like that, yeah, that's there to stay. See this side? This side's nice. That side's a little damp. I just got impatient. Used a little too much water. Use special water? No, I don't have to where I am. Most tap water around here is pretty free. It's like city water and it's not hard. Doesn't have like buildup and stuff. So it's not as pure as purified water, but it doesn't leave shit behind, so I don't use anything special on that front, but some areas you probably should if you have like hard water and stuff. How long should I wait to roll my windows down? This time of year, like you can still roll them down within like a day or two, but you're not gonna see it all completely dried out depending on the climate. Generally speaking, 4 or 5 days, could take up to a week. Anything longer than that though, and it's like, you know, unless it was like a really small water pocket, everything should be gone. Yeah, see how this side's already kind of like... I should have dried this out a little bit more before I press it down. That will make your life annoying. Usually not that big of a deal when you've been shrinking for a while. But having it on a slightly more curved window will give you more problems than not. So you gotta kind of like just run some air under it on the window and then also the film. Why isn't... Oh, yeah. Patrick hasn't been posting a whole lot. His, unfortunately, the shop that he tints for most of the time decided that they did not want him posting videos anymore out of that shop. Definitely is annoying. So he's in an odd situation, you know, with when you're doing it for like another shop and you were only tinting at that shop. It all depends on like the owners at that point. You know, another shop, it's just more competition, right? So he's working there while he's also starting his own business that directly competes with them. Not everybody's cool with that. So they were decently cool with it for a time. And then it's just like he started to use it to promote his own business. And they just saw too much of that and they got real annoyed. So, you know, I get it. I think it's a bit of a dick move, but I get it. Generally speaking, I like to see the best for everybody, but it's just like, yeah, they see it as competition. So, I mean, because it is, but sucks. They'll do what's in the best interest of their own business. So, said he ran into some other problems too, because he's doing mobile. And I said this from the very beginning, mobile's tough, man. Like, if you want to go full mobile, I had enough problems. Trying to film at like different places that I tinted. In live streaming, again, that's another thing that's, you're taking time away from the company that you're working for in order to pursue something that you want to do. So it's like, some of them are cool with it, and some of them just aren't so cool with it. But they gotta get the cars, they gotta get done at the end of the day. They don't really care that much about what you're doing, so, you know, for as many cars as people tint, you would think that there'd be even more videos than there are. It just takes time, man. It takes time to film, takes time to edit, takes time to post, takes time to set up a live stream, takes time to interact with Chad and, you know, do the type of stream that you want to do. Very, very time consuming. So, and at the end of the day, tinting generally makes more tinting definitely makes more money for the time that people put into their like channels and stuff like that. So now you're talking about like, I could tint an extra car, or I could post a video and train more local competition to make life harder for myself. What sounds more appealing? That's a long story of it all. Train a bunch of people to undercut me. But this is more fun, so. Hey. No, but it works out. It can work out. It's just, you gotta approach it differently. It took me a long time to figure that out. Are NT better than Olfa? Some of the packs that I've gotten from NT have seemed sharper. I think they're both really, really good still, though. You'll generally see me getting NT, because when I was cutting on Glassade with Olfa, it just wasn't quite the same as cutting with NT on it. So it was just one of those like little things that just happened to work out better. I think that's because the blades were a little bit sharper. I really like their 30 degrees, but I don't want to definitively say that that's the case. They're just like, I don't know. Some people say that they went to shit. I don't know. It could, they're real similar. Kind of like shrinking films. Like sometimes it just takes you a while to notice the difference between the two. So if you're newer, you're probably not going to notice the difference. You've been tinting for a while. I generally give a little edge to NT, but it's been a while since I've done Olfa again. They'll both work well. I don't think they even sell 50 packs locally, though. That's always been an annoyance. I wish they sold 50 packs at like Home Depot or something. So if you just ran out, it'd be really easy to get. Will you ever make full detailed videos? Maybe eventually. We definitely took a detour this past year, and I've been more consistent. I've been more consistent with the live streams this past year than I've ever been with video. I have more fun doing it. Live is just, to me, is like where, like that's my jam. Video's a lot of extra work. So whenever I like would hit record, I'd always screw up what I'm trying to say. So then I like stop record, hit record again, or try and power through it, or re-say it, or whatever. And then it never comes off the same. One of the biggest problems too with video was like, I always felt like I was chasing views, and there's just not any good interaction. So like even if you post, like in your opinion, whatever is the perfect video at the time, and even if it does fairly well, it's like, yay, cool, and then you're trying to basically replicate that surge again, and then it's just like, it gets exhausting, because you can't just make tint videos. You have to make creative videos and intriguing videos, and that's where it's like we started going into like tinting with only stuff from Walmart and things like that. So live streams, where they really shine is it's like the general vibe and the immediate like interaction. So like when you're actually trying to learn how to do this, this is really good insights into exactly what goes on. There's nothing that gets held back. So, but that being said, it's harder to set it up initially, but once it's at least there and you have the opportunity to do it, it's like running the live. It can be like a juggling act, I guess. So it's like the first few lives that I did, I was exhausted. I was wiped out when I was at the end of it. I was like, I had to listen to chat, and then I had to tint the car, and by the end of it, I was like, my head hurt, man. Over the course of the year, I've gotten so much more used to it. I'm just like, I can do much better, and listening to chat the whole time doesn't bother me at all. It's actually kind of like oddly quiet if I don't have chat in my head now. Videos in terms of views have the potential to do better, which is better for a channel. But what they miss is, like, let's say your video gets 100,000 views. 100,000 views to who? You know what I mean? You're chasing the views. And even if, like, handful of videos got into the millions, and that's like, whoa, that's cool. But then what? You kind of see a few comments from people that, like, you know, people are appreciative and it's cool, but it's like there's no, like, direct interaction with people. It's all like you post, they critique, you move on. Live is like, it's become like a cool hangout, so I appreciate that way more. All right, we're gonna squeegee this off one more time, and then we'll install it. I like to make mine more for entertainment, not so much training. Yeah, that's the direction that I went before. I think there's like for me, there was a happy balance between those two. But the problem was, like, this a little bit goes into, like, YouTube technical stuff. If I went full meme, my channel would do much better. Like, I made the Amazon mirror video, I did the Walmart tint video, I have my old how to tint video. Like, I basically gotta go, like, full meme for that to do the best that it can. But then people don't really learn from that. They just kind of like, that was entertaining. And then I really missed actually, like, you know, people want to learn. So then I make a how to tint video, and then it's like it wouldn't do very well, and it'd be really annoying for me. So that's where, like, I think the best for me would be a balance between the two, where it's like I'm still putting out some helpful, funny videos, meme videos, and then we go live. But I've just put way more focus into live streaming. I'm actually way more interested in what happens if my channel is only live. Because I posted a couple of videos and they actually didn't do very well. So that's just my, like, long thought on it all. I don't want to do tint, I like to mix it up. Yeah. So the game streamers, I follow like live streaming industry stuff a lot, and game streamers don't want to play the same game, believe it or not, for 6 hours, 6, 8, 10 hours every day. They get so burnt out of the game that they're playing. The problem is when they change and go to a different game, what made them popular is why people sub and watch the channel. So it's like, this is really annoying, but generally speaking, on a lot of channels, people are not there for you. They're there for what you do best. So when a lot of these streamers try and go variety into, like, even another shooter game, say they're an FPS streamer, and then they want to go into a different shooter, generally speaking, their viewership is going to tank, and it's very tough to come up into another game. So same thing with me and tinting. It's like if I try and do much else, my viewership is just, oh boy. Even, like, okay, there's some people that are like, we're here for you. I appreciate that. You know I do. But when it comes to, like, me even streaming something else, like car related or whatnot, it's not going to do as these streams do. It's just not. That's the unfortunate, like, pigeonhole of streamers and content creators. It sucks, but I don't, there's very few that can break out of it. I've watched a lot of people and I've listened to a lot of analytical breakdowns of like streams and stuff. I'm hoping I can get more people. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's like, there are like variety car channels, but there's not a lot of them. And like, this isn't a blanket rule. Like, there's no blanket rules for content creators. There's just like, you can look at what happened to everybody else and then make assumptions on your own stuff. So, it's just, it's all really, really interesting to me. It's like, I could probably tint taillights and that would do pretty well. I could tint windshields, I can tint back windows. If I go into vinyl wrapping, maybe. There's like some crossover there. If I go into PPF, I did a PPF video, it was terrible. It did so bad. And it's like, damn, I thought it, like I legitimately thought it would be good. But it's like, people know me for tint. Tint is my specialty. I do tint the best. Everything else is like, So just be careful on doing too much variety. Too much variety is like, yeah, it sucks. And then there's definitely channels that I think deserve way more views than what they have, and then they just don't. Change the change the channel name from Tint Stuff to just Stuff. Or just do stuff and then let the channel name eventually catch up to it. Nobody cares as much. I like talking about this kind of stuff though. This is fun for me. Like I listen to there's a great Twitch streamer who now reposts all his live streams on YouTube. He does like video breakdowns and stuff like that too. But his name's Devin Nash. He's like, if you're really interested in hearing about like more like, he follows like Twitch live streaming industry stuff. And he does a lot of talks with like live streamers and things like that. And you start to, over time, you see a lot of similarities between people and channels and streamers. And like, they'll play like League of Legends for hours and hours and hours. And then they just want to change and their audience won't let them change. They'll be like a 3,000 viewer streamer and then they'll change games. And then they'll be like a 200 to 300 viewer streamer. And it's like, oh shit. And then sometimes you just don't know why a video does well. You try and do that same thing again, and then it's just like, nope. Stick to what you do best, stick to what you enjoy doing the best. And then always look at the analytics on what played well and what didn't, I think is usually one of the better ones. So it's like, I know that live streaming is not gonna do as well as videos, period. But it's just more fun to me. So I try and make live streams as fun as I can. All right, I think we're pretty good. I want one of those purple tri-edges. Dude, me too. I've been jealous. They said they were sending me some. I haven't gotten any yet. And then I've seen other people posting on them. And I'm like, no. My free order hasn't come in. I'm sure it will. There's definitely been people posting about those. You can always hit them up too and just ask them. They're super nice people, so maybe there was an overwhelming amount of people. I don't know. But people have been posting about them. Oh, this looks so clean. This is a good windshield. My headset just told me the battery's getting low. Shit, a little bit of charging it before I went live was a good idea. It made it through the whole stream. So we're pretty much at the end. Just gotta make sure we don't rip out our film. My headphones were like, battery low, please charge now. Yeah, there we go. Clean. That looks good. Whoa! Whoa! You are here getting a 2020 Gold Rush. I didn't even know that was a color. Challenger Scat Pack Wide Body 50th Anniversary Edition and bringing it to you. You want it for the stream? Hell yeah, that would be awesome. Sounds killer. Challengers aren't crazy difficult either, so that's cool. Same thing with windshields, though. Like, definitely got to be careful with those. 1 second. Detroit Tint Studio, how can I help you? Studio, how can I help you? Yeah, sure. What kind of SUV? Okay, on that, it would probably be 20% is usually what the Q7s run. The front doors only start at 100. Not right now, but I would be closer to 430. I got somebody coming down for 2 front doors at 4. But if you want to bring it at 430, I could get you in. I'm in between, I'm in Sterling Heights between 17 and 18 Mile off of Mound Road. No, this is the shop number. Well, it is a cell phone number, like it works on my cell phone, so you can also text me too. Yeah, do you want me to text you the address? Okay, I can shoot you a text as soon as I hang up. Also, just so you know, we are located on the back corner of the building. I'll send you a picture, but we don't have any frontage space, so when you drive to the building, just drive around to the back corner. You'll see a sign on the door. Alrighty, man. I'll see you around 4:30. All right, thank you. Bye. Cool. Well, it looks like I got another set of doors coming down too, so that's nice. It's a good time to call. I gotta have this on speed text. How do I do that? Any plans for Halloween? No. No, my wife's sister and her sister's husband, so I guess sister and brother-in-law, they're in town. So, well, I guess a little bit. We'll probably go get food or something, but nothing like Halloween special. Nothing spooky. Get a clipboard app. I know. I just never remember to do it until, oh shoot, my headphones just died. I just never remember to do it until like I need to send the message. So let me message this guy.
Who Katie Ghost?
Whoa! Oh no! I didn't know. Oh, that's right. It's gonna mess with my whole PC audio. How do I change that? Voice chat. Oh, we can turn that all the way down. Okay, that should be fine. I can hear me. Not anymore. I disabled that. Yeah, you guys sound like... You guys want to hear what you sound like for 2 seconds. Here, I'll leave it up. Why isn't it working now? That's annoying. Oh, maybe because it cut out mid... Anyways. I turned it back up. I don't know if you guys can...
I sound like a robot.
But you guys
Exploding
sound like
head.
Microsoft Sam Robot. You guys sound like a robot. Yeah, it's very monotone, very bland. And can be like super annoying. So if I ever like...
Starstruck.
Kind of lose my shit, that's usually why. It's just like...
I am a boring old man. Cold face.
There's definitely a lot.
Robot.
It's definitely like... I'm an old boring man. Alright, I'm going to turn it back down. I don't know if you guys can hear it still, but... Yeah, it's really, really funny. I wish I could make it, like, more tolerable, but... That's just not the case. Robot is robot sound. There's a handful of voices that are a lot more tolerable, but I haven't figured out how to make them work on a PC in the software that I use. I wouldn't be able to walk straight while hearing that. Now, run a stream and do everything else that still needs to be done, like tint a car, and then answer, like, it. When you first do it, it's a lot. It's definitely a lot. So, but I will say, the more you do it, the more you get used to it. So then you have to get used to talking over it because you have to hear it some while you're talking because you can't just keep raising and lowering it every time you want to answer a question. So definitely gets obnoxious. Do you use OBS? Yes, I do. OBS is great. So with the GoPro, I go live on the GoPro via RTMP and send that over to OBS. But you got to pick it up through like a server, like a local. I managed to get it on a local thing, local server. So that's fun. Okay, I got to take pictures of this. I think I got a mirror to put back on. So I guess for a brief minute, I can switch back over, touch a couple things up. I don't have text-to-speech now. That's another way to do it. I have my daughter reading comments, getting her trained while I work. Oh, wait, hang on 1 second. Oh, no, I got... Hello, Detroit Tint Studio. Oh, yeah, we do, but we're all booked up today. Earliest I can get you in, though, is on Monday. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's a little late in the day.
No, you're good. Thank you.
Yep, no problem. Bye. Somebody wants a last-minute windshield. Somebody wants a last-minute windshield. I'd like to know how to use Restream to go live on other platforms. Check out Restream.io. It's really, really straightforward, actually. So what you're going to do is on OBS is you're going to tell OBS to stream to Restream, and then on Restream you set up all the platforms that you want to stream to. You basically log in through Restream. So you only send out one signal, and then Restream then takes your broadcast and then redistributes it to other, like your business page and anything else, anywhere else you want to stream. It does cost a little bit of money. The number of places I'm streaming to, it's like $50 a month. Oh shoot, I didn't realize I was I didn't realize I was still on the GoPro. Alright. I thought I was on my regular cam. So I've got like my regular cam here, and then I'm using studio mode. Then I switch over to my regular camera. Then I switch over to my regular camera and then switch back to the GoPro. So it gets confusing. So I need the paid version. Yeah, you can try off of like a free one. They might let you at least try it out with the Restream branding to see how you like it. Also, another company that allows it now is Stream Labs does restreaming. And I think that's like, I think Streamlabs is like $12 a month or something. So something I haven't looked into. I set up Restream.io because that was like the main one at the time. The only thing too is what I like about Restream is it comes with a chat aggregator. So it'll actually pick up all the chats on other platforms and display them all in one spot. So YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. I get all my chat in one window, and then it reads it all to me. And you can enable or disable that portion, but that was the thing that really sold me on it. Because if I stream to everywhere, then and answering everybody, no matter where they are, I really like that option. So that worked out pretty well. Oh, come on. There we go. So yeah, I don't know. I definitely spent a lot of time looking into all this streaming stuff. It's been a journey. A couple channels that are helpful too is Epoch's Vox. Harris Heller is a really good channel. It's got a lot of good info on setting up like stream alerts and like making your stream look better and whatnot. A lot of channels actually on how to run a good stream, so that's pretty cool. And then, like I said before, Devin's got a lot of good channel and like good habit insights and stuff. Talks a lot of business. Shoot, I have a little screwdriver somewhere. I don't know where it is. All right, I gotta find my screwdriver. That's the one thing I'm missing. Everything else is all set though, so I gotta take some pictures. I gotta do a couple things. I'm outside when you're done. Oh, okay. And I got somebody waiting outside too, so I'm gonna have to take off. But real quick, I'm gonna say thank you to all the super chats real quick. Let's pop this up on the tall window. So huge shout out to everybody that super chatted. I hate Arena. This guy, Tint Pro. I hate Arena. John, Mike. Wow, Mike with dang. George with the 20, and then Wildcard. Dude, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. And then, of course, thank you to everybody that hung out in the chat. You guys, I always like to say this, but really, these aren't fun without having you guys here. So big thank you to everybody that hung out. I always like doing these streams. Not sure when the next one is. Hopefully we'll have one on Monday, but it's just scheduling's been like real light. So as soon as I got another one, I will go live, keep the notifications on and all that good stuff. And as always, I will see you in the next one. Bye. No, I forgot. I got hit the.